And what? This is still the party of slavery. You've got that border open. You've got human trafficking, sex trafficking. That's slavery. People are coming in, working for serf wages instead of coming in, applying, getting a green card, working for the minimum wage at least, getting workers' comp and unemployment insurance, paying into the tax system, paying into Social Security, not just living off the dole. This is still the party of slavery. And there's slavery there. But the taxpayer is working like a slave because you're raising our tax. The only answer is, for all this, you get into office, you offer free stuff, free. That's the only way you can win against Trump, is if you offer free stuff. Okay, so you offer all this free stuff, and then you raise our taxes. What did Ocasio-Cortez say, 85% or something like that? Well, you're making slaves out of everyone in this country, and it's going to hurt the middle class the most. So we're working as slaves, and we can't afford to have our own children. And the government is not going to pay for our children. But people coming over the border, yes, the government will pay for them. There's no way they're going to, we came over with these children, you're paying for these children, we're having more children. You're not going to pay for these children? Oh, that would be so not compassionate of us to do. But we have to just know better and not have the children, because it also hurts the environment. But having all these people coming in and flooding one country, and that's not good for the environment either. There's not going to be enough water. There's not going to be enough landfills. There's not going to be enough land to grow the plants. There isn't going to be enough medical care. There'll be people like hands-on healers, or people that do little things like band-aids, because there isn't going to be enough doctors. But you're so compassionate, you Democrats, yet you look at someone because of their appearance and how they speak. You judge them. You say, oh, they must be really educated. They must have come from a privileged background, because look at how they look. Look at how they speak. They must be educated. Well, you know, Abraham Lincoln came from poverty, and he was abused severely by his father. His mother died young of a horrible disease, and it was absolutely, to watch her die was a terrible experience for him. Yet he didn't go to college. He learned from books. And yes, he wasn't a slave, but he did suffer an awful lot. So a lot of people you can look at and you can judge and say, oh, they're privileged. Look how privileged you are. Yet when the camera shuts off, you go back into hell. But anyway, Tulsi, I say, since you technically your plan, this plan, all the Democrats, free health care for all 8 billion people in the world, making slaves out of everyone in this country because we have to pay for it, and also the slaves out of doctors, but there won't be enough doctors, and nobody's going to become a doctor. Doctors are going into the business side because they know it's too much work and there's no money in it to be a doctor. It's very hard to be a doctor. So they're going into the business end. So there will be no doctors. So you're very generous at that end. But the people who are going to have to pay for it, see, we're going to pay your salary, and you're not going to really contribute to this, are you? It's us that's going to contribute. If you just print money, then it devalues the currency, and then people who visit this country will have tons of money to buy pretty much anything. But we can't buy or sell. We can't trade with other countries if our currency is devalued to nothing. See, we're not an island in the world. You know, that would create the nationalism that you hate. That would create nationalism, because that's the only thing we can do. But the only way you can make this welfare system work is if you close the borders. You limit the amount of people that are in this country. You close the borders. And then you get rid of all those high-paying jobs that 95% are Democrats. These high-paying jobs in the government, which you get paid $175,000 to $350,000. Then you retire after 20 years. And then you can get another job in the government and you're an expert and you get paid even more and you still receive your pension. You see, these bloated salaries, okay, you take that away and then you shrink the government. And you don't keep the borders open and have this welfare system and free medical care. If you want to pay for this, this is how you do it. But Tulsi says that Hawaii has a skyrocketing homeless population because the real estate went up under Obama. And a lot of these people need medical care that they're not getting. They're suffering terribly. But Tulsi says that Hawaii wants immigrants. So instead of all the immigrants, what we need to do is stop them at the border, put them on a boat or a plane and send them all to Hawaii. Well, let's see, Jeff Zuckerberg, Obama, and all those wealthy people who have homes in Hawaii and like to have a lot of land around it. Well, they can't have it. You have to tell all those wealthy people they have to live like the Green New Deal, where it's just all cement row houses. So, because we need to put as many immigrants as possible in Hawaii, because Tulsi's offered Hawaii. Hawaii wants all these immigrants, but you got to do something about your homeless population first. You see how generous you are with our money and this country, yet you have a homeless population that you haven't solved yet, and a lot of them are really, really sick. And now you're saying they want all these immigrants. Do you know how small Hawaii is? I'm going to love to see it. You're going to have to build those fake islands. So you need to make a deal with China to come over and help them build some fake islands for you. But unfortunately, fake islands, anytime you build a fake island, it starts going under. Like Florida was swampland, and it's actually loses, every 10 years it loses an inch because you built it up artificially. So these fake islands don't last forever. But that's what you're going to have to do if you want all these immigrants. So let's see what the people of Hawaii think of your idea of bringing all these immigrants in, and all the people who are homeless who are Hawaiians but can't afford the real estate anymore because the wealthy people want to buy the real estate, and the people selling the real estate wanted the price jacked up so they could make a lot of money. Very interesting. I advise you to please watch the videos. Watch all my videos. Watch the entire thing. I know they're long, but they're jam-packed with information. If you are a Trump supporter and you are faced with all these people calling you a racist, and then they'll give you a list of reasons why he's a racist. I am telling you, because I have researched this, I've dismantled the lies and given you facts that you need to arm yourself in this next election. Not only it's to educate the Democrats when they attack you and call you racist. You educate them, and maybe you can move them and open their eyes. It's for the sake of this nation. It's the sake of saving this nation. If you are armed with the facts that Trump is trying to stop wars, he's not trying to create any more wars, and he's making the country prosperous, and he is not a racist. So I say go back and please watch these videos. Even though they're long, watch 15 minutes at a time. There's information that you're going to need in this next election, and I'm preparing you now for it. Right? Well, good night, everyone. And stop judging people for the way they look. You don't know. Everyone's fighting a hard battle, no matter what they look like. Or maybe some people aren't. But you never know if you really don't know them, and you really don't know their life experience. Good night, everyone. Trump 2020.